This is Gibraltar Today. The Supported Needs and Disability Office has teamed up with the Fire and Rescue Service to raise awareness about Personal Emergency Evacuation Plans, known as PEEPs. They are plans which are tailored to help people with disabilities or with medical conditions to evacuate safely in the event of an emergency. And we're going to discuss those now with Supported Needs and Disability Manager Jenny Victory and also leading firefighter Dwayne Trinidad. Good afternoon, guys. How does this initiative come about?
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
You want to start, Jenny? Or?
Yep, back in November 2024, if I'm not mistaken, I trained disability coordinators in every single government department. And Dwayne and Stefan, who's outside, was actually a couple of those coordinators. And when it came to a particular training session that I was delivering, both Dwayne and Stefan mentioned about PEEP forms and the importance of PEEP forms. And we realised that actually not a lot of people in Gibraltar are aware of those. And I think that's also the case in your individual training sessions.
Yeah, that's right. So what I noticed, so I've been doing fire safety for 5 years now, and one of the things we're doing fire safety is we're on basic fire safety courses. And in the 5 years, I must have had about 1,000 people coming through these courses, and literally only a handful know what a PEEP is, which is really unacceptable because when you think back to the Equal Opportunities Act, which came out in 2006, that was 20 years ago, and people still don't realise that this legislation is in place. And it's a legal requirement, but it's also, we need it for the safety of people. It's not just for the legal compliance side of life.
And what is it? What does it look like? A personal emergency evacuation plan?
Yeah, so it is what it says on the tin, really. It's a bespoke plan for any person who needs assistance in evacuating a building during an emergency. So that could be a long-term medical condition, it could be a disability, or it could be a short-term injury. You could break your leg. You could find it hard to leave these premises up the steps, Jonathan. So you need a plan as to how you're going to evacuate when something happens. There's a couple of things we need to bear in mind of that. One of the things is the plan revolves around the person who needs it. Okay, so your employer can't sit down and say, well, this is what I think you need, Jonathan, and here you go. So they have to sit down with you. They have to consult with you, find out what your needs are. And just as importantly, they have to consult with the people who will help you on the day. So they need to be aware of the plan, and it needs to be practiced. All right. So you need to have drills, and you need to run through it to make sure it works, to give you the confidence it works, and give the staff that are going to help you the confidence that they will be able to get you out. Sorry, I'm going to interrupt you there a second. The other really important side of it is it cannot rely on the intervention of the Fire and Rescue Service. Right. So not just any PEEPs. Any single evacuation should not rely on the intervention of the Fire and Rescue Service. We will rescue, we will not evacuate. There are two distinct differences. So when we look at an evacuation, it's a pre-planned process where people can safely exit the premises by themselves. A rescue, that will kick in when that process has failed. That evacuation has failed, and people are trapped in the building and their life is in danger. That's when we will step in.
Okay, and we're talking about people with a particular impairment or condition that would require a PEEP?
Anybody with a mobility issue, whatever that may be. It's very difficult to start labelling and mentioning different diagnoses because mobility impairments come about many different ways and forms. I mean, even when we think about it in our flyer, we even mentioned ladies in the later stages of pregnancy, because that could be an issue when evacuating a building. So I just really want to home in into what Dwayne has said. It is extremely important to pre-plan this. You cannot wait until the day to say, oh, well, how do I evacuate? What's going to happen with me? And I don't want to sound exaggerated, but this is a matter of life and death, or it can be a matter of life and death. You need to sit down with your employer and have this discussion. What resources am I going to need to evacuate? Do I need an evac chair? Do I need a special fire alarm that vibrates if I'm hearing impaired? What is it that I need to keep me safe? Then who's going to help me? Well, do I need somebody to help me? And if so, who? Does that person know that they need to help me on the day? Where are we going to go? So there are a lot of factors that you need to consider, and it's all very much discussion-based with your employer.
Specific to every individual case and largely common sense, I suppose, but there is support from your office, Jenny, and from GFRS in the event that people need to talk things through?
Most certainly. As always, the SNDO are open to the public. We are based in Europort. You can also contact us via a telephone number and email, and we host clinic. So if you need support, and you don't know how to approach your employer, maybe, we can help you out with that. We have published on our website some supporting documents, so you can download those on disabilities.gov.gi/forms. And at the back of one of those documents, you do have templates and you do have examples. Dwayne and I were sitting and trying to devise a template for Gibraltar, but it's very, very difficult because each person is going to require a different one.
All right. So disability.gov.gi, look for the form. If you have a medical condition or you have a disability, think about how you're going to evacuate the building that you work in, that you live in the event of an emergency.
Sorry, Jonathan, I'm just going to interrupt you there again. It's quite important that we make a distinction. So right now what we're addressing is non-residential PEEPs.
Okay.
The residential issue is a very important one, but it's something that we're still addressing. There's an ongoing debate in the UK as well, post-Grenfell, about how important it is and what we need to develop. We're not quite there yet. We're looking at coming back on this show at a later date. Sure. And being able to spread the word about what the plan is and how it's going to work. But right now we're addressing non-residential PEEPs. Officers, schools, clubs, whether it's Scouts, Girl Guides, Brownies, whatever the club is, it's non-residential, any non-residential premises.
All right. Thank you. We wish you the best of luck with the initiative. Hope it reaches the people that it needs to reach, and do get back in touch when you're ready to talk about the residential, and we can do that. Thank you, leading firefighter Dwayne Trinidad, and thank you, supported needs and disability manager Jenny Victory.
Thank you.
Thank you.